welcome back. We are with Janine Diamond and Pam Morrill, and we're talking about saving your marriage before you take the plunge.
Yeah, you know, I have a website, SaveYourMarriagein30.com, where you can go and get tips and take an exercise to save your marriage once you're married and you're in trouble. But how great would it be to actually take a class before you get married and find the right person, right, Pam? So this is Pam Morrill. She's with the Utah State University Extension Service, and they're offering now this class, How to Avoid Falling for a Jerk. So what is this class, Pam?
Well, it's actually a really fun class for singles. A lot of times people meet each other and they kind of fall in love, and there's this chemistry going on. And
chemistry is not a marriage.
That's right.
By the way.
That is
exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. And they kind of fall head over heels for someone, and they don't really pay attention to some of the warning signs or characteristics of this potential partner.
Yeah, like what?
That can, well, like somebody's really controlling, or, you know, somebody loses their temper easy, or somebody spends money and doesn't, you know, watch that, those kinds of things, so that you can know what those are beforehand. And there are ways to know that.
Because a lot of times we're just blind. I mean, they say love is blind. That's the saying for a reason.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Many times love is blind.
Well, so who can come to these classes?
Well, it's actually open to singles of all ages. Interestingly, when we first started the class, we targeted 18 to 30-year-olds because we thought that was the single group. Surprisingly, people that were over 40, 50, and 60, that crowd was very interested in this information as well.
Absolutely.
And so they wanted to come and find out how to get into a proper, good relationship with somebody.
And they possibly had fallen for that jerk the first time around and don't want to make that mistake
do it again.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's great for that. So you've got this little RAM model here. I want you to just quickly show us what that's about.
Yes, this is our RAM model. This is kind of our little relationship GPS that we use in our class, and everybody that comes to the class gets one of these. It's a relationship attachment model, and what we tell people is, you know, what kind of things should you know about someone before you trust them or rely on them, and when should you allow commitment and touch to enter into the picture so that you can build that healthy relationship that you want, that should last a lifetime. And it's very important that these things are in an order. So we talked about that in our class.
And tell us about the book.
Yeah, the book, yes, the book, How to Avoid Falling, I think is How to Avoid Falling in Love with a Jerk or a Jerkette. And by the way, we don't consider everyone that you don't, that you're not compatible with, we don't consider them a jerk.
No, we do.
You know,
just kidding.
However, sometimes there are, and we want to avoid them. And we call that a persistent resistance to change. That's kind of our definition of a jerk. And so we help people avoid that and know what to look for in a relationship.
But isn't it interesting, because, you know, we tend to be attracted to similar kinds of people.
We do.
So I can see if you fell for that the first time, there is a chance that you would go down that road again pretty easily.
That's right. And we're hoping to provide some tools and skills so that people can know what to look for.
And this isn't a dating service, right?
It's not a dating service, no. You might meet other singles if you come to the class, but we don't arrange any of that.
Right. You know, a lot of people meet online these days. Do you think that's a very good idea?
You know, people do meet online, and, you know, you've heard horror stories, and you've also heard, you know, there's also a lot of success stories as well. What we tell people, though, is there's 3 T's that are really important when you're really evaluating a potential partner, and that is time, togetherness, and talk. And when you're online, you can spend time, you know, talking, so you've got time and talk, but you don't have
that togetherness.
You don't have that togetherness, and that is a
great.
really important part of really evaluating someone as a potential partner.
Yeah. Okay, and how do people register?
Go to healthyrelationshipsutah.org. It's a free class, open for singles of all ages, and we'd love to have people
What a great
come.
idea.
I know,
What a great
it is.
idea.
I know. I would love to have had that. That's great.
Absolutely.
Now, hopefully, you know, we wouldn't be falling into that.
That's right.
That category. Okay, thank you so much, both of you.
Thank you, Debbie.
All right, well, let's check in with Casey.